Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spill the Tea Radio, where we interview awesome singer-songwriters and those who influence their lives. Spill the Tea Radio explores the journey, creativity, and inspiration behind the songs. My next guest is a Toronto-based singer-songwriter who melts dreamy and dark tones together to shape her introspective songs. Alongside her solo work, she's a member of Velvet Beach, who released their lush, nostalgia-driven record, The Dream, in 2023. Her solo debut, Blood Moon, was co-produced with Jon Savard and released on June 7, 2024. The album explores heavier sonics and wide soundscapes, outlined by themes of avoidance and conflict, ultimately resulting in isolation. So, let's spill the tea with Meagan Aversa. Welcome, Meagan.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, it's great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's talk about how you got involved in this crazy business of music. I know that you had some influence from your dad's side of the family. So tell us about that. How did he get you interested in music?
Growing up, he just kind of I took a liking to music pretty young. Um, like formative memory I have was like I heard Green Day when I was 5. And then he bought me American Idiot, and I think that probably prompted me to start. I would just like go through his CD collection and take his CDs. Like I remember listening to like Dark Side of the Moon for the first time,
Mhm.
or like Rush Power Windows. And we would sometimes just put a CD on like in my house and we'd listen to it. And he would show me like Neil Peart drum playthroughs
Oh, wow.
and stuff when I was little. So he kind of got it in my head pretty young. And I started piano lessons when I was around 6. And then like time goes on, and I basically didn't come back around to it full force until I was going to college, and I ended up going to Metalworks.
You also came up through the school band. And tell us about the school band. Why did you decide that? Many people would say, well, only the nerds go into the school band. So were you a nerd when you were in high school, and did you start in elementary school and the band in elementary school and go to high school? What was the experience like?
I did play in elementary school. We had a music program, and I already played piano, so I could read music, and so I played the flute, and I had a bit of an easier go at it because I had the music background. So it was cool. I really liked my music teacher, and she pushed us to enroll in the music program once we got to high school. And I at one point almost went to like an arts high school.
Mhm.
Um, and then I ended up just going to a different just a regular school. And but the music program there was huge. The band had like 200 kids in it,
Wow.
and the teachers there did a really good job of like making it fun, and there were trips involved. And the music class was a little bit more hands on, but it was still very fun. And yeah, I had the flute background, piano background, and so it was it was a fun class for me, and I had a bit of background in it. And at the time I was still playing piano, but that kind of faded out as high school went. I just got caught up in other things. So I was a bit of a nerd, but not a complete nerd.
Well, it's hard to drag the piano back and forth to band practice, so I can understand why you might have gone, for the flute. Help us understand the chronology here. Did you have your solo career first and then Velvet Beach, or was it the other way around?
I had my solo thing starting. I had written a couple of the songs that are on the record by the time Velvet Beach started. It was like yeah, very early stages. So I had been writing for myself, but I hadn't played any shows yet. And then there were other things going on that impacted like live music at that time. And so it kind of got stretched out a little bit. But from the point of performing, my first show and the first Velvet Beach show were like a month apart in 2022. So chronologically, it's roughly the same timeline, but technically my project started first, but Velvet Beach got the wheels turning sooner, because then it like evolved into a band. And myself and Matthias, the other singer in Velvet Beach, and he was the primary songwriter when we first formed. So I was just helping him produce some songs. And we kind of didn't know it was going to evolve into a band. And then it did. And so as time went, the nature of it kind of changed. And then we ended up co-writing a lot of songs together. And then, yeah, we got some good like traction and put out that record, The Dream, and that was very fun. And that was my first like formal full length release in a band or anything. It's the first band I've ever been in.
Mhm.
So yeah, so it was around the same time.
Let's talk about that the tour that you went on. You mentioned it was a couple of weeks, so not like you were on the road for months at a time, but still. I imagine, you had your own tour bus, you had roadies, you had all
Yeah.
kinds of people
Oh
helping
yeah.
you.
We had two buses.
Sounds familiar. You've got like a 40-foot trailer behind you with all your equipment and
Yeah.
things like that. Um, when you go on the road like that, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly of touring? Uh, and whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months, it's still you're away from home and you're away from your family and you're in strange places. Sometimes you're in a hotel, motel, sometimes you're sleeping on somebody's couch. What was your experience?
So the whole thing was DIY. So myself and the other artist that we booked it with, Corbin Giroux, we toured with him the whole time. We booked it ourselves, and we rented a van. We all piled in the van, my band and him, so it was six of us. And we didn't have to get any hotels or anything along the way. We were able to stay with mutual friends, or in Montreal, we played Turbo House, and they have an apartment above the venue for touring bands.
Oh, that's
Where I
convenient. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. So I had gone there with Velvet Beach prior, and there's like it's such a great spot, and it's like such a huge help. And they like gave us free breakfast in the morning, and it was so nice. That place is awesome. So we were super lucky. We only had to do one overnight drive. We had a long drive from Kingston to Halifax, but we did it through the night, but we got there at 4 in the morning. So then we got to sleep on a couch when we got there. And then at the end of that leg, we played Halifax and PEI. And then we had to drive from PEI to Montreal through the night, which was 12 hours exactly. And then we had to play that night. So it was a little it was tiring for sure, but we were so lucky that we got to like sleep on at least a couch every night. It was like so luxurious. And yeah, honestly, like there wasn't much to complain about. I'm really close with my band, so it was like easy to be around them in close quarters for that long. And we definitely don't have enough gear for like a trailer. We have like all combo amps and stuff, so everything fit in the one van, no trailer. It was pretty easy going. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like such a great experience. It was cool to do it all DIY. And then yeah, when I came home, I felt kind of weird, and I was like, I kind of wish I was still out there, right?
Now, surely you must have appreciated your own bed to be able to settle into your own bed and sleep
It was really nice. Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
comfortable, familiar surrounding. Well, let's get into one of the songs that Meagan wrote. This is the title track for Meagan's album Blood Moon. It was the first song she wrote for the project and helped her structure the rest of the songs for her debut work. So let's take a listen to singer-songwriter Meagan Aversa and her song Blood Moon.
I'm getting over the art of growing older, spending
That was Blood Moon by Meagan Aversa. Meagan, we talked about that song being written over the course of 2020 during the pandemic. So first of all, what's the song about, and what was the inspiration for you to write that song?
The song is mostly about like not dealing with things head on, like while they're happening, and realizing how you feel about something like way too late. And just generally avoiding bad feelings. And it was very inspired. Actually, like the namesake is a bit of a tribute to Pink Moon by Nick Drake. And the concept behind it was, I was thinking like when people say like once in a blue moon, but I was thinking of like a blood moon is even less frequent than a blue moon. So I was trying to like really emphasize the fact of like really of like avoiding things for like years. And so I had gotten into some open tunings by playing some Nick Drake songs. And so that's kind of how it all came together.
So any personal experience there? Do you tend to avoid things yourself, Meagan? Did you put yourself into that song?
Yeah, it's definitely about how I was feeling at the time, and just like general kind of self-reflection, and like kind of the thing like wondering if you're a good person, like that kind of concept. And I think I'm better at dealing with things like as they come now. That's something that I like definitely. I didn't just like write the song and not think about the sentiment. So I think I'm better at it now, but I do still resonate with the general topic.
How do people find out more about you and your music, Meagan? What's the website? What are the socials? Where can they find you on the streaming?
I have a website. It's meaganaversa.com, and I'm on Instagram mostly. My thing is Meagan Aversa and then an underscore at the end. And I'm the most active on there. I post about shows and tours and just funny little things. And I'm also on like Twitter and Facebook, all like the same thing. You can kind of just search my name and it'll pop up.
We've been in conversation with Meagan Aversa. Meagan, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks, David.